All right, folks. Interesting day. Every day's a new challenge, obviously. Like I said in my last night, the day didn't end real well yesterday, and my day didn't start real well today either. I took that Ghost Ranch alternate. I got down to the trailhead. I had two options of trail. Well, I took the Ghost Trail alternate. It was more flat. It was gravel road, which I hated, but it was more flat. There were some snacks available, and it was a shorter route to Colorado. So I went ahead and did that route. Well, everything was fine. Everything was great up until Ghost Ranch. After that, yesterday, I map on my phone. I followed it out of Ghost Ranch down this real nice canyon stream, crossing the stream. It was all great. Get to the end of the stream, the canyon, and it's just a straight wall up in the air. So I went ahead and my map told me to keep climbing. So I started climbing up this, and I got to the point where I couldn't go up anymore, and it was pretty sketchy going up. And so I decided to turn around and come back down, and it was more sketchy coming down than it was going up. There was some butt sliding down, all that good jazz. So then I, frustrated and upset and all this, I walked the 3 miles. It was 3 miles of canyon. So I walked that all the way back to the visitor center, and then I walked a mile past the visitor center. Decided to set up camp. I was 2 miles from the highway. My plan at the time was to just go to the highway, hitch a ride into town to get a few grocery items because I was going to go take the longer route, and I did not have enough food to last on the longer route. So last night I was in my tent looking at the map, reading comments, all that good jazz. And says, "Hey, today's a new day. Let's go ahead and try it again." So I got up, did the mile back to the visitor center, and then I hiked half mile to where there's the trail. Obviously, I didn't want to go through the canyon, but I had to go up over the wall somehow. So I started off on the one side. I started walking around, examining it, trying to figure out if there was any trail over there. My map on my phone said I was just a hair off of the trail, whatever. So once again, I just said, "Oh, I got to go over the wall, or this canyon." So I just started climbing it, and there was no trail, so it was sketchy all the way up. Got to the point where I just couldn't go any. I didn't feel safe enough to go any further, and coming back down was just like the day before, where it was beyond sketchy coming down. I mean, it was butt sliding, rocks the size of melons possibly coming down. I mean, it was just pretty sketchy. So I got back down, did the mile walk back to the visitor center, and I realized that there was a shuttle that left the visitor center at 11 o'clock. So I waited. The visitor center opened at 9, so I waited. 9 o'clock they opened. I went in, got something cold to drink. I talked to 7 employees there, and none of them had a clue on the trail it left. So I'm like, okay. Well, the one lady said that there was a few hikers getting ready to leave that she thought. So I said, all right. So I grabbed my cold drink, grabbed my pack. I took off back half mile. Ghost Ranch is kind of like a town, back to the edge. And I sat underneath the shade tree for about 45 minutes, see no hikers. So I'm like, all right. So I grabbed my pack, went back to the visitor center, and chilled out. And then I realized the shuttle was at the highway. So it was like, I don't know, 2-3 mile walk to the highway to catch the shuttle. So yeah, interesting morning. Got on the shuttle. Shuttle took me to town. I went to the Family Dollar, which was an interesting experience. Grabbed a few items, some ramen noodles, some beef sticks, some crackers. Hey, I'm good to go now. And then when I left town, I had a hitchhike. Well, boom, some lady in the car, boom, instantly stopped, picked me up. But she said she can only take me to the next town, which is like 8 or 9 miles. I said, hey, that's not a problem. So I get to the next town, and I walked maybe 2 miles, maybe. But it was like 14 more miles to go to the trailhead, and I ended up waiting about 2 hours before I got a ride. Um, thank gosh I didn't make a video when I was waiting, because I was getting very irritated because people would drive by, wave, smile like I was some circus act or something. I mean, it was just like there was no shoulder on this road. It was just like you just couldn't. You'd rather have me walk on the side of the road and possibly get hit than just pick me up and take me to the trailhead. Um, so yeah, I was getting pretty irritated and frustrated. There was a gas station right there. I went into the gas station, got something cold to drink, and I asked the person working if they knew anybody in the area that would take me to the trailhead, willing to pay for a ride. Nothing. So, I mean, it's frustrating how out here in New Mexico, this part of the trail is not marked real well in some areas. And it just seems like, yeah, nobody wants to give hikers rides. I don't know if it's just something with New Mexico or what, but yeah, it's frustrating at times. So anyway, I got back to the trail. Finally got a ride. Some plumber picked me up in a pickup. No problems. Drove me back to the trailhead, and then I managed to do 3 miles. I started out at 6,900 elevation. I got up to 7,300, so in 3 miles. So a lot of climbing, but I guess tomorrow's a new day, better day. I don't know. It was just pretty irritating, frustrating trying to get a ride. I mean, it was like, yeah, I don't know. I just gonna leave it like that. But yep, tomorrow's a new day, new adventure. See ya. That's pretty scary looking. Yeah, good day today. A lot of climb. Climb. I mean, if all else fails, you climb, of course. Started the day out at 7,184 elevation. Within about 7 miles or so, we were up to 8,043 elevation. Kept climbing. Like something like the next 9 miles or something like that, we were up to 9,600 elevation. There for a little bit, we dropped back down to 9.4, and where I'm camped at right now, we're back up to 9.6. Yeah, good day. It was warm out today, but it was a great day. I did see a snake today. It slithered away before I could get a photo of it. Where I'm camped at now, there were 2 elk here, and once they seen me, they got out of here. Yeah, 20 miles today, so that's a pretty good day for a lot of climbing. I was pretty impressed with that. Yeah, 64 miles to Canada, so we're looking at, or not Canada, Colorado, 64 miles to Colorado. So we're looking at probably 4 more days. I'm going on day 5 without a shower, so yeah. Yeah, it'd be 9 days. Whew. That's scary too. So, but yeah, all in all, doing good. Good day today. So, yeah, going to have my Slim Jim, and we'll see you guys later. Hello. Shit. We're gonna go across the bridge. Probably not a good idea to hold my camera and do this, but we're gonna do it. Woo-hoo. That's a bridge. Yeah. All right, today's report from my office. I thought last night was going to get pretty cold, being at the 9,000 elevation. We were at 9,680 elevation. So I kind of thought last night was going to be a cold night. And actually it wasn't. I was nice and toasty in my sleeping bag. And when I went to sleep, the tent was blowing in the wind. And I woke up and looked at my watch. It was about 3 o'clock. And tent was still blowing. I assumed I was still in New Mexico. So I just rolled back over and went back to sleep. This morning was not really productive at all. We had down trees, we had snow, we had mud, we had down trees covered in snow, we had streams out of their, streams that were out of their banks compared to how they normally are with the snow melt. So yeah, it was just like slow going this morning. This afternoon though, it was we dropped back down, so there wasn't as much snow. We still had a little bit of mud, and down trees. I've been on that all day today. Down trees. I mean, that's just, you have to go over them or under them or go around them. If you go around them, then you got to figure out where the trail is. Yeah, it's. But anyway, so started the day out, like I said, at 9,680 elevation. Within 5 miles, we climbed up to 10,500. And then over the next 10 miles, we dropped down to 8,500. And then we, in the last 2 miles, we spiked back up to 9,000. And then we dropped back down to 8,876 elevation. So if any of that made sense. Almost had 2 elk come over here to my campsite. I did get a little video of it. They did run off. I'm not the best video person in the world, but all in all, today was an all right day. 17 miles. I mean, we'll take it. I mean, yeah, it's just, it is what it is. The down trees, the snow, the mud, all that, that's going to be what I'm going to be running into in Colorado. So, yep, all in all, good day. So, thank you. Whew. Hell of a sun there. All right, so I'll show you these down trees. I'm gonna go around this corner here. On the trail, we're on the trail, and we're gonna go around this corner. There you go. Down tree. Morning, y'all. About 4.5 miles into my morning. Still dealing with down trees. Gonna have me a spam sickle. And gonna keep moving on down the line. How we doing? Yeah, we're like almost 30 miles of town, Colorado. About 30 miles of Colorado, then we'll hitch into town. Much needed bath, that's for sure. Today, down trees. We were fighting that all day today. A lot of down trees, climbing over them, under them, around them, whatever. Seen a lot of elk today. About 3 times a day I've seen elk. Tried getting some pictures of them, but elk are pretty good sized animals compared to a deer. And a deer, you want a picture of a deer, you just tell a deer to stop. They'll pose for you as you're taking a photo. Elk though, they want nothing to do with you. They are gone. This morning, went through a lakeside campground. It didn't look like there was any electrical hookup. I could be wrong on that, but it looked like a nice campground. Picnic tables, had pit toilet, but the bathrooms were locked, the gates were closed, like the whole campground was closed off. Beautiful lake right there. There's some people down fishing at the lake. I just couldn't figure out why it was closed, but looked like a neat little place to go camping. And I don't know about electricity, if they had it or not. Yeah, this afternoon we had a little bit of mud. Well, actually quite a bit of mud because of all the snow melting. but just a little bit of snow. So that wasn't bad at all. Um, had some miles today on dirt roads or old logging roads, so that wasn't too terribly bad. Kind of rocky at some spots. Um, so yeah, the day we started out at 8,876 elevation. Within about a mile, we were up to 9,215. And then, like, over the next 7 miles, we climbed up to like 10,000. And we hung out there for a while. And then we dropped down to 9,782. And then we jumped back up. But then, like, the last 3 or 4 miles, we jumped back up to 10,500. Dropped down to 9,988. And then back up to where I'm at right now at 10,174 elevation. So that makes any sense to you. Kind of a climbing and down and up and all that good jazz. So 19-mile day. So I stopped a little bit early today. Just kind of figured I was at a good spot, and it was 19 miles already, so we're just gonna call it a day. So but yeah, see ya. A little something. Hey, how we doing today? Hey, with a little weather report. Snow is melting. We have water. Hey, having some meat and cheese and some crackers, taking a little break. Sitting at this beautiful lake. We're about 10,400 elevation, 10,500, something like that. Yesterday we went through a campground. I didn't get any photos or anything, but I think there's another campground down the line, but this is just tent camping. There's a pit toilet, but here's the lake. Yeah, kind of a neat little place. Nice place to come up and get away from everything. Yeah. See ya. All right, hey guys, check this view out. And then the trail, whoop, the trail goes all the way around here, along that tree line, all the way around. Hey, how's it going? Getting closer to town. I think it's about 7 miles to town tomorrow. Be a nice little jog. I mean, who am I kidding? With all the down trees, there's no jogging. Yeah, today, man, another same song, different dance, man. Down trees. I think the crotch in my pants is pretty much wore out from climbing over them. It's going to get interesting here in the next few weeks, I guess. Hey, let me show you my feet for a minute. Yeah. Look at those dirty things. All right, but yeah, just fighting down trees. They're everywhere. I mean, it's crazy. And then, in the afternoon, you got to deal with mud from all the melting snow. And then today there was actually more snow on the trail than there has been in the past. There was actually a couple drifts that I had to be on my tiptoes to look over the top of. So I was kind of like, whoa, I wish there was somebody there to get my photo with them. But yeah, the trail, when you get down trees and you got the mud and you got the snow, um, yeah, and the trail, there might be a CDT mark on a trail on a tree every 3 or 4 miles. So when you're trying to go through the snow, around the snow, over trees, down trees, it's like then you get off trail. You got to try to figure out where the trail is again. If you start following footsteps, you hope the people's footsteps you're following are on trail. Um, but yeah, um, yeah, I'm going on day 8 without a shower and washing my clothes. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty ripe. I guess that's just hiker trash for you. Um, yeah, it was a pretty good day though. I had some flat areas, nice flat areas overlooking the canyon and stuff. So that was kind of nice. Rolled into a real nice campground that was actually open. Um, had a beautiful lake there. Some people there up on a picnic, and toilets were open. So it was kind of nice to actually sit and go to the bathroom instead of trying to hover in the woods. Um, yeah, and also, man, I tell you, my food is almost gone. I mean, I'm totally out of M&Ms, totally out of Slim Jims, out of crackers, out of cookies. Um, my peanut butter, I'm scraping the bottom, and this is like the second jar I've been on since I started. Um, but yeah, we're doing good. We did 21 miles today, so it's a pretty cool day. Seen a few elks this morning. I ran into on my break when I was at the lake. 3 hikers rolled in, so that was pretty neat. I haven't seen hikers in a while. And actually, the one guy that rolled in, I haven't seen him since like day 13 on the trail. Me and him were kind of bouncing back and forth around Doc Campbell's. And right now I'm on day 37, so it's been a few days since I've seen him. So I was kind of curious where he kind of went off to. But so yeah, we started the day out at 10,174 elevation. We ended up dropping down to 9,477, jumped back up 10,838, and then where I'm at now, I'm 10,269. So yeah, over 21 miles. That's kind of how we did it. But yeah, that's going to be kind of the new gist, 9, 10, 11,000 elevation, because we're going to be into Colorado. And so that's a whole new dance up there. So thank you. And we're all doing good. Hey, how we doing? Um, as you can see, I'm in town. Um, like I said, 7 mile jog into town. Wasn't quite. I mean, we started out at 10,200, like 69, I think it was, and we ended up going up to 11,000 today, and got back down. But yeah, 7 miles to the road, and then from the road to town, it's 10, 12 miles just walking down blacktop. Um, uh, the road, maybe 1 car every hour on the road. I mean, it was barely any traffic. So walking with your thumb to the wind. And I just checked my phone, see if I had any phone service, and I was about 6, 7 miles from town. And this older couple from the area stopped, and they're like, "Hey, we'll give you a ride to town, but we have 2 dogs in the vehicle. Do you mind?" And I'm like, "Heck no, I don't mind. I mean, those dogs can chew on me for 7 miles if they wanted to, just so I didn't have to walk on this blacktop for 7 more miles." Um, yeah, your tip, like every video, you had mud and down trees, you had a fight. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was a good day. We're in town, Chama. I'm gonna be here for a couple days. I got a new tent coming tomorrow, and gonna get some ice bikes. We go up to Colorado. We're playing around a little bit more snow, so staying at this old motel, your typical old motel, which is nowadays is your hiker's paradise. Um, got one of these, tells you how old it is. I think there's 2 outlets in this whole room. No AC, the floors ain't level. I don't think there's anybody else staying here but me, and this whole group here. Chama. It's a tourist town, and a lot of things are shut up or closed up right now. They have a big railroad thing in here, which opens up like Memorial Day weekend, into May, I believe. Big train ride. But yeah, the Family Dollar was closed today. It looked like somebody tried breaking into the Family Dollar. I tell you what kind of town this is if somebody's breaking into a Family Dollar. Both front windows of the doors were not busted out, and one of the windows was broke out. So, Chama has a lot of older buildings here, but yeah, people breaking into Family Dollar look like I just don't get it. Yeah, we're going to decide what we're going to do when we go to Colorado, because there's a lot of different routes you can take. More snow up that way, but yeah, all in all, just your typical little short jaunt into town. Yeah, doing good. Still trying to figure out this video thing and all that. So I guess, I don't know, like my videos, view them, subscribe to my channel, all that good jazz. So but yeah, good spirits. Just gonna be pushing up into Colorado. We hit the border today, so Tuesday morning we'll be rocking in Colorado. So see ya. All right, how we doing? Still in, obviously this is not my tent. Still in Chama. Yeah, hung out here, just kind of lounged around today, just kind of relaxing and whatnot. Went to the post office this morning, had a box waiting for me. It had a new tent in it that I ordered, lighter weight, still a two-person tent, but lighter weight. And then I had some spikes for my shoes. Nice little, for the trails coming up to Colorado. Yeah, this morning after the post office, or on the way to the post office, there was absolutely no place to eat, but there was a coffee shop. I didn't stop there because probably all healthy junk they served there. So on the way back to my motel room, I stopped at the gas station about a half block down the road, and I got my healthy option of 2 roller dogs, which that's what I had for supper last night, was roller dogs. When I was at the at the grocery store across the street yesterday, I bought a bag of hard-boiled eggs, like 6 of them in there. So I had hard-boiled eggs and hot dogs last night for supper, and I had that for breakfast this morning. The trail I just got off from Ghost Ranch to here is closed, or going to be closed, because of dry conditions and all the fires in the area. So I did luck out on that. The Family Dollar was open today, which was a good deal, because I needed some new laces for my shoes. And yeah, and obviously you go there, 2 people working, and both of them said, hey, we don't sell them. And I wandered around the store and I found them. I did go to a restaurant in town today, kind of an older bar, grill type place. Got a really, really good bacon cheeseburger. Gonna be leaving town in the morning. We have 2 options we could do. One is like 90% road walk, goes into a campground, then into a town. The other one is like uphill climbing, 9, 10, 11, 12,000 feet. I was really leaning toward the road walk, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to do the climb up in the mountains. And obviously that's where the snow is. But I don't think the snow's going to be that bad. I mean, you ask all these hikers and they're going to tell you a different answer until you get up there and see what you have for yourself. Yeah, I think we're just going to jimmy jam it up there and just push on and see what happens. If it gets a little sketchy, I'll wait for other hikers, or I'll back down to the road. So yeah, Colorado tomorrow. Good old Rocky Mountain High. Most of Colorado, you're going to be up 9, 10, 11,000 feet. I do know at one spot, way down the trail, we'll be hitting about 14,000 elevation. So yeah, Rocky Mountain High in Colorado, that is for sure. But yeah, I think that's all going on. So thanks for watching.